March 11th, 2016, Friday of the fourth week of Lent.
A reading from the Book of Wisdom. The wicked said among themselves, thinking not aright, "Let us beset the just one, because he is obnoxious to us. He sets himself against our doings, reproaches us for transgressions of the law, and charges us with violations of our training. He professes to have knowledge of God and styles himself a child of the Lord. To us, he is the censure of our thoughts. Merely to see him is a hardship for us, because his life is not like that of others, and different are his ways. He judges us debased. He holds aloof from our paths as from things impure. He calls blessed the destiny of the just, and boasts that God is his Father. Let us see whether his words be true. Let us find out what will happen to him. For if the just one be the Son of God, he will defend him and deliver him from the hand of his foes. With revilement and torture, let us put him to the test, that we may have proof of his gentleness and try his patience. Let us condemn him to a shameful death, for according to his own words, God will take care of him. These were their thoughts, but they erred, for their wickedness blinded them, and they knew not the hidden counsels of God. Neither did they count on a recompense of holiness, nor discern the innocent soul's reward. The word of the Lord.
The response is, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted." The Lord confronts the evildoers to destroy remembrance of them from the earth. When the just cry out, the Lord hears them, and from all their distress he rescues them. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and those who are crushed in spirit he saves. Many are the troubles of the just man, but out of them all the Lord delivers him. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He watches over all his bones. Not one of them shall be broken. The Lord redeems the lives of his servants. No one incurs guilt who takes refuge in him. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus moved about within Galilee. He did not wish to travel in Judea, because the Jews were trying to kill him. But the Jewish Feast of Tabernacles was near. But when his brothers had gone up to the feast, he himself also went up, not openly, but as it were in secret. Some of the inhabitants of Jerusalem said, "Is he not the one they are trying to kill? And look, he is speaking openly, and they say nothing to him. Could the authorities have realized that he is the Christ? But we know where he is from. When the Christ comes, no one will know where he is from." So Jesus cried out in the temple area as he was teaching and said, "You know me, and also know where I am from. Yet I did not come on my own, but the one who sent me, whom you do not know, is true. I know him because I am from him, and he sent me." So they tried to arrest him, but no one laid a hand upon him, because his hour had not yet come. The Gospel of the Lord.
March 11th, Friday of the fourth week of Lent. The first reading comes from the Book of Wisdom, chapter 2, verse 1a and 12 to 22. The Book of Wisdom is one of the last books of the Old Testament to be written, possibly written as late as the 1st century BC, and it was written in Greek. It was written to show that the wisdom of Israel is just as good as the wisdom of the Greeks, And because it was written only in Greek, it's not contained in the Jewish or the Protestant canon. Remember, Martin Luther, when he translated the Bible, accepted the rabbi's definition of which book should be in the Old Testament, where most of the Christians up to that point had accepted the Book of Wisdom, Sirach, and the other deuterocanonical books as part of the Bible, which we still do today. In this passage, we hear that the good man is being opposed by the evil. The evil are offended by him because he points out their faults to him, not only verbally, but just by the good way that he's living. The very fact that the good person tries to live a good life is an indictment against those who have chosen a bad life. And so they decide to torture him, to make his life miserable, because they're wicked. This already sets up the idea that Jesus will be opposed, Jesus will be persecuted. Not because he did anything wrong, but rather the opposite, because he did the right, and the evil did not want to accept it. In fact, in the Gospel, John 7, 1-2, 10, and 25-30, we hear about how the Jewish leaders are trying to kill Jesus. And when the Feast of Tabernacles comes, that's the Feast of Booths. The Feast of Booths is a celebration of the fact that God fed his people in the desert while they were wandering with no sustenance of their own. Therefore, the people of Israel, after the time that they entered the Promised Land, would live in a tent, a booth in their backyard for a week, to remember those days that they lived in tents in the desert. Well, on the Feast of Booths, the inhabitants of Jerusalem are saying, isn't he the one that they're trying to kill? Because Jesus, in fact, goes up to Jerusalem for that feast. And some say he might be the Christ, but others say, we know where he's from. He can't be the Christ. They think they know where he's from. But that's one of the ironies of this gospel, the fact that they don't know where he's from. They think he's from Nazareth or possibly Bethlehem. He's from the Father, and they don't realize that. Jesus cries out, you know where I'm from? I didn't come on my own, but the one who sent me, whom you do not know, is true. Who is the one who sent him? The Father. And they don't know him because they don't accept Jesus. Remember in the Gospel of John, the only way to know the Father is to accept and embrace Jesus. And they try to arrest him, but they can't because his hour is not yet come. In the Gospel of John, Jesus is in charge the whole time because he's presented as very divine. In fact, when he's on the cross, he's the one who decides when it's time to surrender his spirit to the Father. The Gospel of Mark emphasizes the humanity of Jesus, the Gospel of John, the divinity. And may God bless us.